So anyway, now it's time for our main event. So now the main event of Grand Slam is Darby Allin putting his title match that he earned before in some fashion that I've forgotten at this point against Bryan Danielson, or whoever the champion may be. He's putting that title shot on the line against plumber Jon Moxley because Moxley said, hey, since I put the plastic bag over Danielson's face and he can't have the match with you at Grand Slam, even though he had a match at Grand Slam, just put your title match up with against me for no reason. And Marina Shafir is there also. So that's our main event, right? I gotta... What?
I was just going to say, before you get to the match, even the entrance alone, there were things to talk about.
Well, I mean, he's got to come again through the breezeway or the archway or the bowels of the building and out through the thing. And is he a babyface or is he a heel? He's got no heat, but people, the crummy music he's using now, instead of Wild Thing, they can't sing along. He walked right past the people. One guy who looked very pleased to be there patted him on the shoulder.
I'm not scared of him. They're scared of Marina Shafir.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, you probably, I believe from what you said earlier, I can't remember now whether it was on or off the air, you hated this like we both hate normal Plumber Moxley matches, right?
This is another Moxley match I could say is one of the worst matches I've ever seen. The pacing of it, the dead crowd during the pacing of it, and just his whole style in the ring is terrible. And this was endless. I don't want to see Moxley anymore in the ring. Like, I don't want to see him on the mic either.
I'm not saying, no, you can't say 20-something minutes of Darby Allin getting thrown around like a sack of fucking dog shit is endless.
He came out there wearing a camouflage jacket. That's the first time he's done that. He looked like that crazy guy in Elaine Bennis's office when he was working for Jay Peterman. Like, all of a sudden he's like, what are you making about death? Like, all of a sudden a really dark guy in there wearing the camouflage for no reason. He wasn't in the army. All of a sudden he wearing a camouflage jacket.
He didn't want anybody to see him.
It's become apparent that Moxley must watch movies and get ideas. Because, again, his idea with Punk was Rocky 3. Let's do Rocky 3. Someone has to go back through the TV guide and see if there was a Rocky marathon on that weekend or something.
Well, no, because he's gone to the more obscure streaming shit now.
Again, now he's Neo Moxley. Moxley, Neo Moxley.
Neo Moxley.
Neo Moxley.
He's a Neo Mox Zoom dweeby for all of you Moon Unit Zappa fans.
He's in like fucking green corduroy. I don't even know what to think of this whole thing. And again, the tough one is Marina Shafir, who they never really established until a little bit on commentary here as having a legitimate background where she can act like she's as tough as she's acting.
No, I think they said that about a couple of years ago when she was actually on TV every once in a while before.
Well, then she said we didn't know her, so I take her at her word.
But no, here's the thing. I didn't hate this as bad as I hate most of them, even though it was interminable. And people have done the deed, inseminated themselves, gotten pregnant, and delivered a child in less time than it took to fucking get this thing over with. But it's more entertaining than normal to watch Moxley when it's Darby, because you get to see which way he's going to try to figure out how to cripple himself next to try to get this fucking schlub Moxley over and fulfill his fantasies. And you can tell he has dreams at night in his world of bad B movies where he's this tough guy. Maybe one night he's Rambo, and then the next night he's the Fight Club guy, and the next night he's the Neo Moxie from the Australian independent film. And in real life, he wakes up the next day and he goes and he gets stretched in a fucking amateur jiu-jitsu tournament by his one and only opponent. But it's just... This kid, yeah, if he's willing to take these bumps, then once again, draw him back to 1 or 2 per match and put it on pay-per-view, or would it mean this? I don't know what the fuck this thing was supposed to mean otherwise than to give Moxley a 4.5-inch stiffy over getting to be a badass and beat somebody up. And the only way he can do it is when the other guy's fucking half his size and letting him. And then, even then, Moxley at one point, not only did Darby dive through the ropes when they had pulled up the mat so he landed flat of his back on the wood covering the tennis court, then Moxley suplexed him back first on the steel stairs, and 30 seconds later, Darby was coming off the top with a coffin drop. So what? And then... help me out on this, because I told you about my other DVR issue earlier in the show when it tried to skip ahead to the end of the Young Bucks match because it was fed up. Of course, they went overtime. My DVR froze at 10 o'clock. I recorded Modern Family after that so that I could see whatever they were going to do for a finish for whatever. And I tried to play Modern Family, and I got a black screen for 10 seconds, and then it jumps to the end. So what the fuck happened here?
That was the lights out portion.
Boy, it certainly was. It was pitch darker than a banker's heart, I'll tell you that.
Moxley choked out Darby. Darby was frothing. I guess he had a bloody mouth, so it was just like orange. It was kind of disgusting.
Orange froth? I thought that was a new soft drink.
Well, Tony has the money. But that was the end, and then someone in a hoodie ran out holding a blue object, a necktie. They throw back to when he was suspended with Nexus or whatever the fuck that was years ago. Bryan Danielson.
That was what, fucking 10, 12 years ago?
On Justin Roberts, too. But Bryan Danielson starts choking out Moxley. Of course, Moxley is saved by Marina Shafir. And then eventually Claudio and Pac also hit the ring. But Bryan Danielson has nothing to worry about. He is saved by Private Party, Commander, and Alex Abrahantes.
Oh, no. No.
And then he gets on the mic and he tells Moxley that he declares war, which I thought sounded a little cheesy the way it was done. But then he also said he was going to kick Moxley's fucking head in. How they bleep fucking as well as head and in.
I'm glad he didn't say thank you.
So there you go. At Wrestle Dream.
So wait a minute. So hold on here. Let me just get the scorecard down here. So there's Moxley, and there's Claudio, and Pac was out there with him.
Uh-huh.
And Schaefer. And was there anybody else on their side?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
And the other side was Danielson, two members of Private Party.
That's right.
And Commander.
And Alex Abrahantes hit the ring, too.
Oh, well, and we got Alex, right? We got Alex. So let's see. Commander and Alex are offset by Marina Shafir. Claudio whipped both a Private Party. Ooh, you know, it's like Danielson declared war against the evil forces of Russia, but he's leading the armed forces of Lithuania into battle. Possibly even Liechtenstein. Oh, boy. All righty.
Yeah, I mean, at least Private Party got a little bit of a comeuppance from Jon Moxley no-selling them completely in the most amazing way last week when they got to hit the ring here. But another Team AEW versus Weird Outcast feud in some way.